What's up, guys? It's your boy Anime Boom, and I am back for another video. And I want to give y'all the problem with AEW. I don't talk about AEW, but let's talk about the problem with it. Okay, let's get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the fans of just wrestling. Like the more into it fans, not the casual fans, like the hardcore fans. They just force things that they really don't even believe in. Y'all don't watch AEW. You do not watch it. I'm so sick of all these wrestling YouTube channels that want to defend AEW so bad, but they don't even watch it. Help the product by actually telling the truth. You do not watch it. That's why you do a bunch of WWE reviews and no AEW reviews. It's just the truth. Y'all talk about, oh, they need to bring this guy in. Was it Zack Ryder's character or whatever on the indies? But y'all don't even watch it. Y'all imagine it being cooler than what it is. Y'all don't even watch it. That just makes me really upset. And they lie and say all this stuff about the ROH and New Japan stuff is cool and all of that. That's the problem with AEW. Be honest. You don't even watch that stuff. If it's really what I would choose, they cutting ties with all those companies. They're cutting ties with them. They're not on their level. You're a TV company. You need a small roster. You need a small roster, and you got to cut ties with ROH and New Japan. They're just not on the mainstream level. And that's the fans. If they not going to be honest and tell the truth, it's never going to get better. It's never going to get better. If you're going to lie and say, was it Cesaro's character or whatever, AEW is good, and the ROH stuff is good, and was it Chris? People just carrying the ROH title is valuable. It's not. It's not. That title has no value. It's nothing. Like the TNA, working with TNA, working with ROH, working with any of those companies is not necessary. They should be cut off from the indies and just be its own company. But that's the fans. They just don't tell the truth, so it's never gonna get better. That's just the truth. If people don't start saying that, it's never gonna get better. Okay, this is kind of what I just said, but they need to make AEW smaller. It's time. This is the problem. They have to cut off all these titles. What is the TNT title? They need to stop. Was it like a TNT television title? They got to cut off that TNT title stuff. It should be to get fans into it. The world title, the tag titles, the women's title. Was it like the triple tag titles? I'm kind of even cool, okay with that. But they probably should just do tag titles. It's only a it. I'm gonna assume that they only have a few triple teams, so they probably should get rid of that too. But the tag titles, the women's title, the main men's title, and that should be it. When Cody Rhodes won like the TNT title, so I was so confused. I was like, so is that the world title or is that a side title or whatever? That was like unnecessary to me. Just make it a world title. One title. One title. And this collision thing that they doing right now, I guess with CM Punk and stuff, they have to make it smaller. That's the only way this stuff is gonna work. It's just more in that AEW Friday show. They need to cut that off. Nobody's watching this. Too much shows. They haven't earned that yet. Wrestling WWE had to earn those extra shows and extra titles and stuff. And they just haven't earned it. We need to learn more about the characters. They have to make it smaller. They're gonna have to fire some people. It's just the truth. They're gonna have to fire people. And that's the problem. Like I said, ROH, New Japan, all those shows, working with TNA, those shows have no value. They work in like gyms and basketball courts and stuff, like high school basketball gym rooms and stuff. It's just they need to cut that off, cut ties. And I've seen like John Moxley on the Indies doing matches and stuff like that. I was like, doesn't he work with AEW? WWE would never do that. They would never do that. I've seen them do it. Okay, they've done it like maybe a small couple times, but you know what I mean. Like, they're not about to have their wrestlers just wrestling on the indies like that. It's just not. That's just not a good image. So yeah, how many times are they gonna say these New Japan guys is big or whatever? They're not big. They're not big, and that's gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings. But it's just the truth. AEW needs to cut ties on them. They're gonna have to make it smaller, cut some titles down, cut down these shows, and cut down some of these wrestlers. And let's move on. Okay, let's get into the final thing AEW needs to do: more entertainment. How the show is set up, how to set it, how the room looks, how dark it is, and stuff like that. Make it a little bit more like family friendly. They gonna basically what I'm saying, they gonna have to copy WWE basically. WWE is bright, colorful, and they cut promos and stuff all the time. Good backstage bright segments and stuff. Let's know more about the characters. I've never seen Kenny. I don't really see Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks talk. They need that. They need that for people to get interested. You need those iconic like promos and stuff. But all of it, if it's just wrestling and all of that, those like New Japan guys that don't speak English, and I'm sorry, they're gonna have to talk. That's a big part of it. But yeah, more entertainment, more promos, the nice stages, pyro, promos, all of it. And yes, that's basically it. This is what AEW needs to do, and this is a big problem. Don't want to speak too long. I don't want to overdo it. Just that's how I feel about it. So tell me how y'all feel about it, and I'll see you on the next video. Anime Mouthpiece.